Good morning. This is Morning Insights with your friendly neighborhood counselor, Ross Scott. I love that. Anyways, this morning I thought I would talk a little bit about forgiveness. The source of what comes up in these posts is the work. It comes from the work that I do in the morning. So for a long time now, I've set aside some time in the morning to read and pray and meditate and get myself mentally and emotionally and spiritually aligned for the day and make sure I tap into some gratitude. And today the topic came up of forgiveness and the idea that forgiveness, you've heard this probably before, but it's about doing it for you and not that the other person deserves it, because you could have absolutely been wronged. You could have absolutely been justified in your resentment. But my message today is that doesn't ultimately matter. Resentment, justified or unjustified, or fair or unfair, it's rot. It rots the soul. It takes away and degrades your spiritual life, and only ends up hurting us. And what happens, and I've found out in my life for sure, is that when we're hard on somebody else and we have that desire to see someone else punished, and we want proper retribution, a lot of times that ends up coming back on us. We start treating ourselves, or the other way around, we start treating ourselves real harshly, and then other people, we treat them like that as well. And Mr. Rogers said forgiveness is releasing somebody of the anger that you feel towards them, right? And so it's not that they deserve it. It's not that you're not justified in feeling angry. It's not that those feelings are not valid. It's just what to do with them. And if you have a resentment or a anger towards somebody that kind of pops up out of nowhere intrusively from time to time, just like an embarrassing moment, or things like that from our past might pop into our head, and we kind of wince, and then we shove it away, and we keep going. But forgiveness is a way to spiritually lighten ourselves, to practice giving up control. Ultimately, the consequences and the what the person has to endure based on their actions, that's out of our control. Things are going to work out. The scales will balance. You have to just trust that, and come back and focus on what you can control, and that's your own feelings and your own thoughts, and you can influence those things. So I really encourage you to pay attention, to look for any resentments that you might have that pop up, and really consider what it might look like to let those go, right? And just let it go, and focus on you, and stay in your lane with what's in your control. And I think that's a freeing way to live, and I hope that for all of us, because that's brought me a lot of relief. All right, y'all, have a good day.